Great. So how many people are at the company now?
So we are right now around 34 full-timers.
Yeah, 34 full-time.
Full-time, who we actually call as more than full-time.
Yeah.
Austin and Kevin are all the time. And then we have another big gang of about 25 interns who we call as party teammates. And I can see actually second row here, RJ and Richard and all these guys, all from the party team. So we've leveraged the student horsepower and we've blended the two in terms of experience plus innovation and raw energy, unconditioned energy, to really drive innovation and collaboration.
Okay. So I know I got a chance to talk to you about this recruiting process that I think is brilliant. And I think you guys, how many students in the room have been touched by Cool Iris's recruiting efforts? Okay, just a handful of you. Okay.
Not many.
Okay, well, listen, there's a huge opportunity here. I have to tell you, I would like Josh to tell a little bit story here, because when I met you, you had just started Cool Iris, and one of the biggest challenges, of course, it was during a big, I guess maybe we'll call it another bubble, the bubble echo, and it was really hard for you to recruit people. You were pulling your hair out trying to figure out, how do I get really, really talented students to come to Cool Iris? And you ended up turning the assumptions upside down and doing some very creative things. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So there was really sort of two paths for recruiting. One was recruiting full-time engineers, and the other was recruiting interns. On the full-time side, what we really learned is you always hear it everywhere. People say A players hire A players, and you probably heard it at every ETL. And no one ever says, okay, well, how do you hire A players? And for us, it was we learned, and we'd bring people in, we'd walk them in, we'd have them interview, and we'd interview and we'd say, hey, we're doing this great stuff, but we can't tell you, and it's going to be really awesome, and take our word for it. And everyone, they go, okay, they'd go back and say, okay, well, I have free food at Google, and all these unvested stock options, and my life's pretty good, and I'm working at a big corporate job, so the extra 20 hours a week at the startup, probably not a great thing. And we found out that really, the really, really great, amazing A+ people out there in the world are people that already have great opportunities, right? They're very sought after. So we completely reversed the process. And what we started doing, we'd walk people through it. So we were in the Kleiner Perkins office. We'd walk them in through the front door of Kleiner Perkins, walk them past John Doerr and Bill Joy's office, and Al Gore's office, kind of casually. Bring them across the bridge, make sure they stopped and got the fancy drinks in the refrigerator. And then we'd sit them down, and this is, Sujanya saying, we'd say, we're going to sell this person like they're John Doerr. And bring them in and say, and really just kind of paint the picture for them. And it comes at a risk, right? You're giving away some information at the time, but it really is a way to, if you're going to get the best people, you have to get them excited. On the internship side, credit goes to Sujanya for this program.
It's really Matt Wall and Jonah
exactly.
who turned the corner for us on that.
Yeah, so I think what really helped us turn the corner was bringing in a couple of people. How many of you guys have read Malcolm Gladwell?
Tipping Point.
Tipping Point, yeah, and they talk a lot about connectors. And we brought in a couple of people, specifically Matt Wall and Jonah Greenberger, a couple of students from here, that were just both highly respected in sort of the technical and engineering community, but also very, very social. And that's sort of a combination you don't find all that much, and really sort of allowing them to evangelize the company for you, and to move out and identify who the great people are and get them excited to come in.
I also love the fact that once you started getting the parade of people coming in, you took them all. You kind of decided that, right? So how did you do that? What happened?
Well, so the product and engineering team had. The timing worked out great, I think. So the product was done around Jan 15th time frame, and this is basically a year ago. And Matt and Jonah would bring in people that they had met the night before, or I don't know where they were picking them up from. But
maybe we don't want to know all the details.
I don't want to know that. But everybody was amazing. I mean, they would really come in very passionate, very excited. We actually had one person who we didn't actually accept, and then very passionate letter saying, here's why I think. So we brought him in again, and we actually accepted him. It wasn't the case that we accepted everybody blindly. We did talk to every person, but the need of the company, I think, matched nicely with the student energy and passion that was available at that point in time. And then we said, you know what, why not? And Randy was very supportive of that idea. I mean, him being a guru again, he says, yeah, let's try it out.